trouble, I say. On the side of your eye, what are you for ever? Why you pay? Have you on your play? What that yourself? What that young man? I say, oh, my God. Once I did it, I say, oh, my God. You should get that, oh, get that, oh, get that, oh. When you say, oh, I'm what's you looking at? I say, oh, like this is a special birthday song for that Jawali Juneta. Well, we say happy birthday to you. Enjoy your new age. The graduate daughter. Not forgetting Shannon Taylor for Chicken Air. You want to remember her late daughter, Taylor, why not Taylor? That's well. Not forgetting Brother Tony, where? Patu. Justina So, in Texas. Mother Teresa, playing on So. In Rhode Island. Yeah, where I travel.
Good morning. So want to welcome you this morning. Good morning, Liberia. Good morning, right here in the USA is 6:03 Eastern Standard Time. I am Alfonso Z and so of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV. We want to welcome you to this early morning special editions of the Examiner right here from the diaspora. It's good to have you here this morning. Let's do a quick housekeeping here. Today is my special guest is based in the West African state of the Republic of Liberia, giving back to the country, is a classroom teacher, and she's here. There's a video that we came across and we thought of reaching out to have this conversation. We want to thank you so much for being here this morning, and we'll get the program rolling right away to get us set up for this morning program. This is LPR. I want to welcome you this early morning here from the New England Bureau of the Liberia Public Radio. Let's get the program rolling right here, right now. Okay, we want to welcome you to this early morning editions of the Examiner. I am Alfonso Z and so we say good morning, good to have you here this morning. Let me do this, get this out here and bring in my guests, and we will get the program rolling to right here this morning. Let me get it here. Well, she is based in Liberia. Let me just get her in right here this morning. Is one who is giving back to the country. We are going inside Maryland County, Republic of Liberia. Not talking to a senator, not talking to a representative, but someone who is leading a charge to mentor our people. Madam, good morning and welcome. How are you today?
Yes, good morning. I'm fine. And you?
Great, good to have you here. Thank you for honoring our invitation to have you here on Liberia Public Radio. This is what we do. We talk to people, Liberians, regardless of whether you are on Capitol Hill. But the fact of the matter is, once you are a Liberian, you do have a share into what is happening inside Liberia. But I just, for the good of our audience, just introduce yourself and we'll get right down to the issue.
Okay, so I'm Miss LUCIA GOFFAH, a passionate teacher at Sound in Maryland County, to be specific, at the Harper Demonstration School in Harper City.
Wow. You know, when you talk about demonstration, it reminds me because when I was in Greenville, And I also attended the demonstration school. That was as far as 1976, 77. Demonstration school. So demonstration school is my Bella Botting as well. So when people talk about demonstration school, it sends a lot of memory to me. Well, I want to say thank you for what you do in that place. So quickly, how long you been a teacher?
I started teaching in 2019 when I immediately graduated from the Tottenham University. So I took assignment as a classroom teacher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to jump the gun, but I do believe demonstration is a public demonstration school in Maryland is a public school, correct?
Yes, it's a public school.
Okay. How many students do you know? How many students you have in a particular school?
Oh, it's a very large number because the demonstration they are divided into two
Branches?
separate. Yes, we use the same building, but we have the ECD to elementary, then we have the junior high to senior high. So from the junior to senior, they have been controlled by a separate person part. That part we are using the same building because the building is very big. So I cannot speak to that.
Okay.
Yes. But then
So,
for the elementary, the ECD, the babies that we are taking care of, we are like 200 plus years.
so Lucia, how you got into this teaching field? What took you into the teaching field? Other folks, young people, they want to be the accountant to play with the figure and see what kind of change going to be left over and to kind of tweak and restructure other things. But you decided to do something ordinary to go into the teaching field for the good of today's future. Why you decided to go into the teaching field?
Okay, let me start by saying I was encouraged by my late father, yes, to be real. When I first enrolled at Tottenham University, I thought of doing agriculture because most of my peers, most of my friends, colleagues, they were like going in agriculture field, some were going in nursing, health sciences. So I was like wanted to follow them. But by then, I didn't really sit to, process the whole thing and know what I'm good at. So my late father called me. He said, Lucia, you know that you will make a great teacher. I said, yes. He said, from the time you were a baby, I brought you up, you grew up at me, and I know the kind of person you are. I know what you will do. So he encouraged me to switch to the education field. But then I didn't have interest of education. But when I enrolled there and I went directly to the early childhood education, we call it ECE. When I went in the college, I started to develop interest in the, and then I was volunteering to one of the private schools around Harper in the meantime to get the practical experience of what I was learning. So when I graduated and I took assignment in the public sectors, I start to I start to feel that connection, from children. I actually love children, not just education. I told people, yes, I'm in the education sector, but not just education, not secondary, not in senior high. And I'm moved by children. So I got encouraged first by my late father. And then when I got in the field, I start to interact with children. I start to feel connected with them. And I start to, I start to feel more deep in knowing much about them, interacting with them. The passion keep going as time goes by. Yes. So that's why I actually got in education be there.
Yeah, and I say when you talk about demonstrations, it kind of resurrect my back way back here. But it's also true how difficult it is to become a classroom teacher. I was a student, and I know how stubborn we are. Teacher talking to you, you're running here and there, doing stuff. Come here, man, you do this and all the kind of. I had a teacher in the demonstration, the late Mrs. Florgreen. I was in demonstration. We used to do the beating spelling thing. You don't spell good, your friend spell good, you flock your friend flock you, and all of that. I don't know what is a corporate punishment at the time, but that was our own way, or the own way they feel that maybe student will catch up to get things done because you don't want to be whipped by your peers going here and that. Is that something you guys tell me a little bit how your classroom, how you deal with your students?
Okay, so to begin with what you were saying, those things they are very wiped away.
Mm,
Yes, we no longer use the kind of
mm,
punishment again.
yeah.
You ask students to beat their friend because they didn't read the spelling bee. We don't do them. So like for my class, the way I handle them, because I'm not just a teacher, I'm a professional teacher who
Mm,
went through the training, and I was taught those principles, those strategies, those methods of teaching.
mm,
So if I come to my class, I notice that I have a student like they are slow learners, and I have other students they are fast learners. And in our library, we call them we call them door students,
the
and we call
dog.
them people say you by you door, and people say you clever. No, we don't use the word door and clever for my class. We call them slow learners and fast learners. So in my class, if I have those two type of learners, I have the way to deal with them. For instance, I give lesson and the fast learners start to respond. There are some students when you introduce the lesson, they already pick up as if
The
to say
pickup,
they were
right?
there when you were. Yes, as if to say they were there when you were doing your lesson plan or making the notes. So those students that are fast in learning, you don't have to also delay them to wait
Mm,
for the slow learners. So my strategies I use, I know that we have principle of individual differences.
mm,
Well, she said she should come to the house. Principle of individual differences. As I learned that got principle and they got like education implication.
mm.
So the slow learner, I call you after, I will tell you you can write. You don't have to rush to catch up with this. You have your own way of learning. You are different from the student John. You are Peter, he's John. You and he, you are not the same. So that slow learner, I call you after, and when you saw me, you sit by me, and I start to check what you are doing. I don't put them under pressure actually. I even have one student like this, and she was bold to open up, say, Lucia, and I'm not in first grade. I'm in K2, but my mother said I'm too big to be among the children, so that my mother forced me in the class. So I'm not
Hmm.
able to write the lesson. She opened it, told me.
That
So when
was
she told
because
me,
Mhm. That was because of how you treat your students, and I think that's a very
yes,
valid point. That people, your first grade grandpa, this grandpa, and all of those things. So children, they are not adequately prepared, and mother with the parents, they go to their class here without even telling teacher. You have no idea who you're dealing with, but being very tolerant and following the profession, what you are taught,
yeah.
make you get to that point to get that information from that child.
Yeah. So what I do know is I will tell her if we giving lesson and if you cannot do it, that's fine. Don't be afraid. Don't bother yourself. Don't bother yourself. You just told me so we'll be doing our one-on-one lesson. You bring your copybook. You and I will know what you will be doing. You take it home. You learn how to write. We write those doctor. You follow them and you start to write. She's open up now. So this is how I think it should be going, not to just teach everybody on general level. My lesson will not go across. You see?
So
So
I'm not sure your method, the training that you went through, and you try to you deploy that. You follow those basic principles, and I like how you put it. No door, this and that. We don't stigmatize. We don't stereotype people here in the West. Here, if you're not even catching up, schools make provisions to go for extra classes and all of that. Similarly, that's exactly what you were doing. You didn't say, "Oh, you pay too high. Where you coming from?" Say you can't learn, you can't do this. But that was the. I am not sure whether this is happening across the country in people to understand, teachers to understand that they are slow learners and they are fast people, and there's a way that you can help. And I'm not sure whether national government also have those sort of provision to empower teachers to give them the extra materials to help people. Is that what happening in demonstration school?
okay, I don't know. You talk about like you don't know whether they are doing that. Yes, they are trying to implement that. Everything is a gradual process. But I must admit, the ministry always emphasize on that here, the Ministry of Education, because I'm following their official page and I'm commenting on some of their posts. They are not tolerating that, that to discriminate children. Yeah, I don't know how to use that word, but they are actually in support of finding extra ways, how to empower teachers so that they will be able to differentiate students, slow learners, fast learners, so that they cannot teach on a general level. This is why they are making sure that before you will be in a classroom, you will be a professional teachers. They are actually wiping away with those, anybody just being a teacher. Because back then, anybody can be teacher. You can even be from the engineer college, you can be from the agriculture, you will just come and enter the class, you start to teach. But they are actually doing well, I must admit. They are trying to, point out those things that were hindered or that were hindering the progress of our students. So I think with that, we are making a progress. Yeah,
I take
something
you
like that.
for, I respect your view, I respect your opinion, I know what it is, but I am not going to sugarcoat, I am not going to do any salad dressing here this morning. Oh, they are doing well, we are getting there, we are doing that. I feel we have a lot to do. The inability of national government to set their priorities. I would say, oh, we want vibrant Liberia. We want people to do this, but all comes with the preparations of our early school children. They are learning, the kind of support that we provide for the teachers, and all of that here. Madam Helen Johnson Sally, former president of the Republic of Liberia, prioritized education as a national recovery development after the civil crisis, which of course was one of a cornerstone in promoting primary education, which is great. I don't know where it stopped, how far it has gone, but since some progress was being made. A subsequent president came on, former President George Weah came with his pro agenda of educations and all of that. We saw now Joseph Boyka came and launched his own as well. Accessible educations launched about $80 some million, which is great. But I'm wondering, rural Liberia, whether they are feeling the presence of all of these programs and they are supporting the teachers in that directions. Do they provide regular trainings for teachers through the Ministry of Education? Go to this county, they have some sort of workshop and all of that. Do they do those things?
Oh yes, because I'm one of those beneficiaries. Sometimes in September of last year, the ministry sent rural teachers from Liberia. They sent them to China and they went for a training. I was part of that trip. We went for training, in China, So I think they are making a progress because the excess of the essence of going there was to actually learn about their policy and in the way they have improved in their education and the practical aspects, of education, how to use some of those methods. We are not saying we cannot do that in our country, but I think it was a bilateral relationship that was between the two countries that led to the ministry sending us. So they are doing that. I don't know about this year plan, but this gone year, like I said, September, there were rural teachers that were trained. Actually, rural teachers, there were 25 rural teachers, if I can remember, and I was part of them. I
You're
benefited from
part of
that training.
So you are a
Yes. So,
beneficiary. How
yeah.
was what was the experience gathered from such a trip before going and after? What was a new thing that you learned from that?
Okay, so what I actually learned, I got two things from there. One of them were the teacher policy and teacher development. It was there in China now for the
Mm,
Chinese culture.
mm,
So if I bring it here in Liberia, because we came to implement, we went for the training, come back and do something new. So in terms of teacher policy and teacher development, they have the selection of teacher. How do they select their teachers? You know, what makes you a teacher? How do you become a qualified teacher? You know, I actually got that part. You know, you cannot just wake up one morning and you walk to a school and you say you want to start teaching. There must be other criteria set. There must be other or policy or process. So for that, they know how they do it. They do it like interview you and give a general test. But for the Ministry of Education here in Liberia, our own way of doing it, their own way of selecting teachers, they go by the qualification. Either you must have a C certificate or you must have a bachelor degree in education. So, and they are doing that actually, not because I'm on the air, but they are doing that. The ministry is trying to wipe away, you know, those who just saw classroom to be their backyard garden. You know, that's how we used to say, let me go and be teaching to the school until I can find something good to do, then we'll leave the teaching. They are actually doing away with it.
Seeking temporary shelter, right? Oh, won't go there. Let me just go there. Yeah. At least I can get my living there. From there, I can find my way out.
But they are actually doing well, I must admit. And that's how it's supposed to be. So these are things that we learned there. Yes. Even though I'm not very good at science, but there are other, you know, field trip tour that we went on campuses and we saw how, you know, students, you know, and teachers teach students, you know, in terms of visual experimenting, you know, touching, trying to put it to practical, you know, not just theory. Everything should not be theory. You know, you should put it to practice as well, allow the student to explore. So there were a lot of things that we learned that even like I put a report together, almost like a booklet. So we learned a lot actually. Yeah.
Okay, I am Alfonso Z, and so of the Liberia Public Radio right here from the East Coast, LAS 624 Eastern Standard Time here, I believe, little after 11 in the West African state of the Republic of Liberia. I'm having a conversation with a classroom teacher in Maryland County Demonstration School, my own time where I started my own journey. Lucia, thank you for joining me. Let's take a quick commercial break, get a glass of water. And in the second phase, while led to this interview, we will be coming to that. Let's take a quick break and I'll be right back.
Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape. Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
Hello listeners, this is Mazola, the lover boy. I'd like to invite you to this exciting program. It is called Dancing for Jesus. It is intended to play beautiful inspirational music to help you turn your life to God. Join me on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is our way of showing appreciation to God for the good things He has done for us and continue to do. Don't miss this opportunity. Join Mazola Gizi on every Sunday from 12 noon to 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the program Dancing for Jesus. Please be there because I will be here to rock it up for you.
All right, good morning, Liberia. That's the motherland, the only place that we have as our place to be. I am Afonso Zin, so this morning from the East Coast, 6:26 Eastern Standard Time from the Ocean State of Ireland, miles, thousands of miles away in Liberia, in Maryland County, Republic of Liberia. Okay, Lucia, thank you so much. For us, we always look out. We don't prioritize who should give. We should give opportunity to talk to. I don't care. You don't have to be a senator. You don't have to be a representative. You don't even have to be a minister. I like to hear from ordinary Liberians, day-to-day Liberians, who are making impact, who are changing lives, who are doing some unbelievable things. How did it get to those points? Those are the narrative I like to do it. So when I invite minister, senator, you come, you don't want to come, who cares? Because I mean, I would not even get all that I really want to get from you. But that was something that I'm a social media freak, but I'm very much selective what I listen to, what I pick, and what I learn from. And there's a reason that we reach out to you based on what we gather. And I want to give a credit to this gentleman who did an extraordinary job, I can say, for us, which gave birth to this conversation here. I'm going to play this video here. I want you to watch it. Let's look at it. Let's give the audience a sense of what it is. And we'll come right back to the nations. We'll make new, fair, balanced, and proportional. Let's watch. Let's listen. Let me get this off the way here, this banner here. And then to give audience to see. But let's watch this and see.
Poverty continues to shape the learning experience of many public school students. Across rural communities, children attend classes without proper uniforms, shoes, or basic learning materials, conditions that education officials say affect attendance and performance of the kids.
When she passed here, some of the students did not have uniform to wear. Okay. And some of them did not have footwear.
On Thursday, one public school teacher took a personal step to respond. LUCIA GOFFAH, a classroom teacher at the Harper Demonstration School, donated some school supplies to students of the Boyabli Elementary School located outside Harper Main City. The items include a pair of black shoes, copybooks, pencils, socks, and sets of uniforms. As a classroom teacher, Lucia says she sees how these things affect children learning.
We have a little giveaway items at the Boyabli public schools. Sometimes we visited the schools and we noticed that some students were not unified, and then when we interviewed the teachers and the principal, they said the parents they are not able to afford uniform. And then in that same light, the teachers too cannot ask the student out because of uniform, and we understand that they might feel a little bit excluded from the lesson. They might feel different, not being unified because they are kids. And so in response to that, we decided to purchase a few set of uniform shoes, in order to make them to focus on learning, because
public school teachers in Liberia are among the lowest paid professionals, often struggling with delayed salaries and limited resources. Despite this, Lucia GOFFAH says the condition of the students pushed her to act.
It is like they should be learning. They are not to provide basic needs, and they don't need to have something that will distract them from learning. So that's how we got here this morning, and we are doing our little gift away. It's just something that we doing as a result of our own experience with the public school students. Yes, because I'm a son at public schools, and that's where most of the less privileged children go for education, who parents cannot afford. And knowing that it's a government schools, those who don't have money send their children there. Every little way that we can, every little way that we can help, we will be doing that. And we have been doing it, and today we just thought it was to inform the CEO so that he can be in the know to know our little services that we are rendering.
Both Joe Wright, principal of Boyabli Elementary School, and Matorin Baker, PTA representative, thank Lucia for the donation.
We want to extend our appreciation to her for intervention. We hope that whatever she's doing won't be the end. Then we'll all work together to see how best to improve the school system.
Maryland County Education Officer Larry Nimlin was at the presentation ceremony. He said these words.
Security-wise, to do that intervention in terms of supplying school uniforms, few pieces, and shoes and other, school materials to support the efforts of the parents in ensuring that students are encouraged to come to school. So this is one of the main exercises in which we are here.
As education challenges persist in Maryland County, this act highlights the growing role individuals are playing in keeping children in school. For LUCIA GOFFAH, it is not charity, but responsibility. This is Moses Jipley reporting from outside Harper on the main campus of Boyabri Elementary School.
Lucia, this is profound. When I came across this video, I was frozen. For such intervention, what led you to do what you did? You didn't complain like us. You took the bull by the horn. I believe your own salary, whether it's coming on time, it's not coming on time. That's another piece of the pie to add. And decided to do what you did. I am wondering how you got to this point. Why you did that?
Okay, so when I first took assignment at public school, because most of my teaching it was at private schools, and we noticed that in LIBERIA private school, parents pay more attention to the children there. So I was not actually coming across these challenges students face with. But when I took assignment 2019 at public school, I noticed that most of the children, they will come to school without, the essential materials. Some will come to school without copybooks. Some will come to school, no book bag, no shoes. They will appear on campus. So, one time I asked my principal, she's Miss Duna Harris. I said, Miss Harris, it is how things when are you trying to say this is how students have been coming to school? She said, Lucia, if you really want to see the challenge, you should take assignment to public school. All of your teaching you have been to private sectors, and most of the attention have been given. And when I did my research, when I did a little finding, those students, not because they didn't want to come with the items, not because they actually didn't want to come with bag, not because they don't want to come with copybook, or they don't want to wear shoes, but because the parents cannot afford. Real life. Some parents, they have it, or they will just say, that government school, go man, that government school, go man. But some of those parents, they cannot afford. So I sat down, I discussed with my late father, because he was a passionate teacher. Yeah, people who knew him, they know what I'm talking about. I discussed with him, I said, I felt bad today. Student will come say, Lucia, I don't have copybook. Say, Lucia, this. So I was like, it is how it has been going. I actually want to help, but I don't have money. He told me, he said, Lucia, if you will want to have all of the money in the world to help, you will not help. Even though by then I was on government payroll. But at that time, I was on a pay. I was not upgraded. So I was finding it difficult. So he said, whatever way you can help. You are moved by helping those children. That little help you will give them, that thank you they will give you, it will go a long way. So I started to do that. I started to save, even if it is 2,000 Liberian dollar, if it is 2,005, that's just nothing. I told myself, I said, but Lucia, you sometimes carry the money in the market, you cook, and you just eat the money one day. So why can't you help that child that is in the class? Why can't you help? This is passion, actually. People who know me, who are into our way, I told them, this is passion. I actually have passion, and that's my own way of showing commitment to supporting education. That's my own way of showing commitment to supporting education. I cannot ask students out, or I cannot see them in a deplorable learning condition, and because the parents don't have, and I can afford copybooks. Copybook is just $100. So if I decide to give 20 students copybooks, I know how much I will be spending. So I just take this to be something that is my responsibility. Yes, it's my responsibility, not just teacher. And that one thing that I believe since I entered the teaching field, I'm not just coming in the classroom to be or teacher. I should go beyond teaching. I should do something different away from putting lesson on the board. I need to do something that the students will remember me, and the parents of that student will tell me thank you, and I will feel so happy. I will feel so, comfortable. I will feel glad. I will feel that I have a great reward by being appreciated by those students. So passion is there, it's a commitment, but then also when you see the student that we are talking about, you may want to help. You will need to help. Yes. So that's what actually led me to that. I've been doing it. I don't like to bring it to public. I don't like to, let people to know what I've been doing. Though my person might have a little issue. Lucia, what you are doing? Why can't you do a video or call somebody, so other people can know what you are doing? I said, Ms. Harry, I agree, but I don't think it's actually necessary that I have to go on the internet telling people that I'm helping students. Others may see it to be something different, but I don't have I don't have anything behind it that I'm doing this because I want to get this. No, I just do it as I was going to do it for my own children. Why if my child came to school without copybook and I'm a teacher, I will provide copybook. I can do it for other people's children. So there are a lot of things. I don't think I can say all now. Yes, but
So
actually,
this is profound because that's not your responsibility. We all went through this. That's the responsibility of national government to make sure they meet the needs of the people. And because the way things are done, uh, our leaders, some of this, our leaders, I don't know how to term it because you live in a public school, you live in a private school and go into a public school, downgrading to your own potential, but there's a reason that you're doing it because you want to give back. You have a passion. It's not like one of those people who in transit. And the worst of all, yes, we have limited resources, but our people to have that far-sighted mind to say this is what we need to do, and saying some of those people what they and what they getting. Sometimes it get people upset. You know, it's not only the executive, the first branch of government. I mean, everybody. Because if you say you want to have like a vibrant country, so you want to have a good Liberia, the foundations is the people how that you prepare, the love of the country, their honesty, what they bring to the table. And then when we see teachers, the nurses, these professionals who are the vertebrates of a country, of any society, they are not even being treated the way they are treated, and watching that video. Now, that school is not a school that you are teaching, correct?
yeah, I'm not teaching there.
And that school is in Harper. It's in Harper City, Maryland County.
Yes, a little bit away from the main city.
What led you in that direction? How you got to know that Boyabli school? Was there any prior visit, anything like that?
Okay, yes. So normally, at my free time, I visit schools. Yes, and sometimes I go along with the coordinator, the early childhood coordinator for Meridian County. She's Miss Alberta Williams. So when she's doing a school visit, normally follow her. So, and I discussed with myself since about her. I want to continue my regular giveaway to kids. So she said, Lucia, I agree you have been doing this in the main city, but I think if you actually want to see some of those students, you can follow me out of Harper. You will see most of those cases are most of the children that need help. So I follow her at the Boy B. Actually, the name is Boy B. I follow her at the Boy B public school right after Tottenham University, me campus. So when we went, we didn't tell the school that we were going there to observe or maybe in return and give something because we are librarians. So if someone tells you that, please give me 5 names of students that don't have copybook, you might not even see the actual student that don't have that copybook. You might see different names. So I told her that I will follow you and I will sit in a class with them and I will watch and I will monitor. And when I went, the students were like that. You know, the more hurtful part, they are not wearing uniform. It's okay, but when you see the way they even appear on campus, it seems to be like they slept last night and they just wake up in the morning and they went on campus.
I come to school.
Just come to school. No uniform. They slipper, they wearing everything in that condition. Some of them, the uniform, they hold it with clothespin. The clothespin we can use to hang clothes up. They attach it, you know. So I told her, I said, Sister Bueto, can you go ask the teacher what are the students have been coming to school? And we interviewed the teacher. She said, yes. Say, Lucia, that's how we have been coming. And they asked me, what are you doing? I said, I just came for a visit. I normally visit school. They said, why? I said, because I just love to do that. I
And
feel
that
if I
was it.
visit
You
the
didn't tell
school,
them. Sorry,
I
you
feel
didn't
if I
tell
visit,
them. You didn't tell them why you were there. Do they know? They knew
no,
whether you were a classroom teacher too, or what?
they knew I was a teacher. They knew I am a teacher already. But I didn't tell them why I went there. So later I observed when I sat down near the children, I just told them, can you give me your slipper? Why me to your slipper? They say for me, I say, well, let me see. I took the slipper, I turned it around, look on it, and I saw the size. What than 32, and I just took it down quickly in my notepad. You know, that's how I got to know their sizes and start to something. And we went to the principal, and he tried to explain some of those things, the challenges that they face with too, with the PTA, because there are 3 communities that make up that school, and there's a little conflict between the 3 communities, so it makes there's low enrollment at the school. You know, they explain all of that. You know, because they didn't know our intention. They thought it was something different from what I did. So I left and I quickly, you know, purchased those stuff, the uniform, the shoes, the copybook, the socks. You know, that was just in response to what I saw. So tell me now.
Hold on 1 second, Lucia. Are you from your salary?
Yes, from my salary. That's from my salary. It's nothing actually. Yes.
You left your own. Hold on. I mean, I just want people to grab the essence of this conversation. Your salary, whether it was delayed, it was in delay. You have your own family, you have yourself to take care of, you have things to do. But you went out there, you saw these kids, and your passion, you decided to kick in intervention using your salary to buy these things and take it to these children.
Yeah, so that's my salary. And I normally see it to be nothing actually. It's not something that bothers me too much. Yeah, because normally if I'm about to do those things, what I tell myself is, Lucia, it could be you having the 3, 5, or 6 children. And you should have provided if there was no help. So not because they are not your children, but the same way you was going to help your children, you can still help them. There is nothing wrong with that. I don't think it will have a negative effect on your saving. Even though it's good to save some time, but when you plan it, when I plan it and say, okay, I would just take maybe this amount, save it 3 months, in 3 months time, and I can get this for the child. That's just it. So no one has been helping, to be real. That's my salary. My own salary. I've been doing it on my own, and I found joy doing it because to put smile on those children's faces, it is fulfilling to know that a simple gesture, can positively impact their life. So that's been okay by me. But again, I was advised that I should now turn it to a foundation, you know. Though it will still be run by me, but I should now turn it to a foundation because we have other foundation around, that are helping children. So I will be helping. Maybe I might need help in the future. I can tell. Or I might need help. Not even I can tell because everyone needs help at some point of their time. So
Right.
I'm trying to turn it to. Yeah, so I'm attending to a foundation, whereas I will regularly invite the local office if I'm about to do or give away or whatever. So the most deserving students, especially those less privileged, they are going through a lot. When you hear the side of their story, then you will just think that the whole world is crashing on them. And as a teacher, I cannot do more than just giving copybook or buying uniform or maybe helping out. That's the least I could do. It's part of improvising. I was taught how to improvise as a teacher. And all of them, they are part of giving back to the society. So that's it.
Yeah, I am not a psychiatrist, but I know what you see all have a psychological impact, how uncomfortable it becomes. You as a teacher, you look neat, and being a mother, see a child coming to school, the hair, I mean, people using clothes paint, that will call it a paint that should be used when they wear their uniform is being used because either the blouse doesn't have a zip or button or whatever it is. That's something that plays on your mind, you as a teacher, to even present the material. And the first, some of our, where my own frustration, you don't have to go with AAs. We have leaders, we have people who are making money that they should not be making, who do not have the priorities of things they're supposed to do. It's painful. But yet these people come out and say, oh, we will do that, we're doing this, we're doing that. And I know that area, I know they have a district representative. They give them tons of money. You don't have to say it. I will say it. And they say they're doing whatever engagement. They don't go anywhere. They sit in Morovia. They recess break. They don't go. They don't consult with their constituency. They don't do anything. This should be a legislation. This should be a provision. In my district, in my constituent, we have this number of school. We have this. This is what is needed. But they just do not care. And as the end, it becomes a burden, it becomes a liability on society, it becomes a problem for those of you with this sort of passion, with this profession who wants to change life. You have been forced to go into your own budget to do things because it's just unbearable. That's something you cannot see on a daily basis. How long can you continue with this?
In as much as I continue to come across, those kind of children, I would do that. Yes, actually. It's a pleasure. I find joy in doing it. Seriously. I find joy in being around children. Yes. Like I told people, you may see me to just be, because they call us ordinary teachers in Liberia. They say, oh, you just common teacher. That's how they see it. You might see me to be ordinary teacher, but I'm not going to get reward from me or whatever. It's the same as if you are a nurse and you at the hospital, you working there and the patient needs blood, they don't have money for blood, and then you have
Oh, internet, don't do this to us. We are
say
about to.
no. Some nurses doing that. So what much about me? And not that they're earning much money. I'm even earning better than some of them. So if you are actually doing something when you know that you are at the right place, what you are doing is what you love doing. And where you find yourself is where you belong. You go extra mile, you do it without thinking. So that's how it is. I'm not doing it on a monthly basis. I'm not doing it on a monthly basis. I do it once a while, because it's a self-supported something. So I'm doing it once a while. Once I come across, and maybe I'll tell myself that, okay, within 2 months time, I will respond to this. Within 2 months time, I quickly respond, and then I get it done. I put it behind me. That's how it goes. So it's something that it's not something that I will stop. Like I told someone the other day, we have been doing it. We have been doing even bigger ones than this, where we spend a lot of money, but I don't think it's something that we should be looking, because nobody told me to do this. I myself talk about myself. It's what I love doing. It makes me happy to see children happy. So why can I provide if I can help? Why can't I do that? I will not stop, but I cannot promise that I will extend it to other places. But if need be, I might extend it to other places. It doesn't have to be limited right here in Happen. Other children need help, other places. This is the same LIBERIA. I don't have an aim, I don't have a reason, I don't have or any intent behind it. No. I'm doing it because I'm a teacher and I should do this. Yes, that's what I always told people.
It's just, if you look at we are in the 21st century. Even you as a teacher, professional person, the environment, all of that, it does impact, it does place on the mind of the, not even the teacher, but the student, especially we came out as where, and it's just feels so bad and so ugly. I'm here, my son, he's in college now. When he was there, all I need to do, maybe he get up in the morning and just walk downstairs, and the boss come, take him to school, bring him back, put him there, get him down to receive, go provide lunch and everything. Even if he's not catching up, there are extra help being given. And well, I mean, it might sound insane. People say, why you want to compare America with this here? But we can do that if we have leaders who are farsighted, who are willing to just go extra mile and make these ultimate sacrifices, the teacher, the nurses, the agriculture, because they are the backbone. I mean, look at this building here. My understanding is what, 2019, 2009, this other school where it was being in place. So I don't know, uh, with respect to the ministry, hopefully we'll find a way to talk to the principal. But these are future leaders of our country, and people really want to learn. But they get a saying that say, "Toto want to run," but there's no legs. And for you people, the teachers, especially outside of Morovia, and these people, they are just making their ultimate sacrifices to keep the wheel of the learning industry. I didn't understand what this lady was saying here. Let me take this out here. Uh, take it out here. But I guess she was speaking to you to directly, being a mother, their appreciation. What was she saying? Do you remember what she was saying?
Yeah, she was just appreciating me for my effort. She was like telling me thank you for what you did, Though I'm not ready, I could not understand everything, but it was appreciation in response to what I did, because she was a representative for the PTA. So
Mhm.
she was speaking on behalf of the PTA chair. Yes, just appreciating me that.
Wow. I don't
But
know.
again,
Mm.
that yes, I agree the school is in a deplorable condition, but you know, we cannot compare those school building that we found in the heart of the city and that of the one that is out. This is almost like a little village, So I believe that because the students at first they were like coming to town and it was like risky for them. So knowing that there's this village here and then I agree the environment is supposed to be conducive for learning. They will not feel comfortable if it looks somehow. But for my own understanding, I haven't asked anybody yet. I didn't do a research to know. But my own understanding, I believe that they are using that building so that those students around there that live around there in that environment cannot leave to come to town just because of learning. You getting me?
Yeah, I mean, kind of try to improvise. I know that is,
So I
I
think that's how the school building. I think that's why it is like that because yes, actually that was the first school building that I saw like that. All of my places that I've been going, other school campus, that was the least that I think I saw like that. So I was thinking, okay, maybe since it is on this village and they are using, managing here until maybe it can be noon to the ministry, but I'm sure I don't think they actually see that place like that and still allow it to be like that. I'm not speaking on behalf of them, but that what came to my mind. Yeah, because it's a little village that so that they cannot cross the gate and start coming to town for lesson.
wow. I want to thank you so much, and I mean, really, this is profound. This is a real intervention, and not just complaining. You complain, but there was an action taken to address what is going on. And I hope we all can follow your lead, and I do some of the unimaginable things that you have done. And I hope the leaders and all of us, it is our responsibility. We, all of us as a citizen, I always say the government should take the lead, and they should take the lead. They should make provisions. They should cut down some unnecessary spending and address these issues. Uh, if we are to succeed as a people, as a nation, when you decide to maybe change this into some sort of foundations or whatever, nobody knows what the future holds. Let us know. For us here as LPR, we feel we can hear the real story when we talk to ordinary Liberian, because there's a unique story there that are meant to change and to change life, to touch people. And I think we must give these people, give them the opportunity, such as what you did. So it don't have to be a senator for some corruption, millions or hundreds of dollars, and then call them and talk to them. Anything we try, it's just a job on exercise. Nothing going to come out of it. We're talking about the ordinary Liberian who out there every day, many of them like you, who just sees something and say you don't sit there, but you address it and you find a solution to it. There are many people out there. Those are the kind of story worth telling to our audience, to the public, so that those they themselves they can be moved, because what you did, you took the bull by the horn and decided to address the issue. I want to thank you so much. Whatever you decide you want to do in the future or whatever it is, let's stay in contact, and we'll talk to people. Maybe there are some people here, there are people that are following up from different counties. So they're like, okay, well, I wonder I can ask her to go to my village, to my town, to see what it look like. And if she can do it, who knows? There are so many ways people confide into people. And I'm quite sure you will have no reservation. You're only doing it because you want to make sure your backyard is good before you go to the next place. And I'm quite sure if anybody want to reach out, you will be willing to take through the length and breadth of that country because of your professions and your passion, things that you want to do. Before we leave you,
Thank you.
what message do you have, or what do you want to say as a final word to those that are following us and those who want to be watching this video later on? What you want to leave with?
Okay, so first of all, let me begin with my fellow teachers out there to be more than just a teacher. We should go beyond the classroom. Yes, as a teacher, you should go beyond the classroom. You are not limited to just making lesson plan, preparing notes, and giving lesson. You give your test, you go home. No, you should think of knowing those students.
Hey, Libra, internet.
They are from a very horrible background. So we teachers, we should go extra mile. We should go beyond the class, go out there, know the student problems, and when you hear the side of that story, you feel that you are quite better than their parents. And in as much as feel that you have more than the person, you feel happy helping them because they will say thank you in response. So we should not always wait to have all of the millions that are in the world before we help. A little amount that you can start with, it means a lot to someone out there. Yeah, so we should learn to help. We should learn to be more creative. We should improvise as one of our goals, improvise so that our lesson or whatever we can achieve as a teacher. Yes, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. You know, somebody asked, and this just the country itself, the country is nothing wrong with the country. It is the inhabitant. We are in the country, we who live in the country, we get a bad behavior, we get a bad how we are wicked, we steal, we do all kinds of things. But the country, in the country like Brother, nothing wrong with it. It's just a land. But the inhabitants of that land, they are the characters, they are the people. You can make it better, you can make it worse. And for you, you really make it better. You saw the problems, you decide to address the problem. You didn't complain, you didn't whine, but the little do you have, constrain yourself to do what you did. And we can have many teachers of in
Yes.
Liberia. Mhm. Yeah, go ahead. I thought you wanted to say something.
Yeah, so like you were saying, because I previously mentioned that I'm thinking of making it a foundation where, you know, as we recently did a media or whatever, when I turn it to a foundation, maybe put a document together, give it to my local office, whereas they will be invited to every activity that we'll be doing. We are also open outside there too. If someone wants to help, if you want to help, you don't necessarily have to pass the help through somebody. You want to directly get in contact with the schools or the community that you want to help, we will also lead you there. Our goal here is to see students happy, is to put smile on those less privileged children faces. So in case anybody wants to help or they want to reach out to me, I'm available. I will pass out the message to whatever way they think they want to run on their services. Yes, we should try to, help with the little we have while we are waiting for the bigger one to come. Yes.
Yeah, I can tell you for us here
Yeah.
at PRL, once you decide, when you come to that decision to what you want to do, let us know. We do have a correspondence in Maryland there as well. One is in Grandy there. Any information at the end that you want to get out, we will help to enhance it to get it out there because this is another unique way of giving back to your country, to your community, to your society. And that's part we can do. And I will have to amplify it to make people to understand why it is good to also help. There are a lot of people here who want to help, who have done that in the past and still doing it. But they have some people too, they get some fake people out there. People give them things and they've been diverted to different. So it's a two-sided. The whole thing is just so hard. You can't hold it in your hand, you can't put it in your mouth, you can't swallow it. But notwithstanding, there are good people out there that can still be trusted. And we still just want to encourage those people here. But saw this video when it
Yeah.
surfaced. I say, you know what? I have to reach out to this person, to this lady, to get a little more of how she got into this here and doing what she's doing. And I'm very much grateful for you being spontaneous to respond to our message and to even accept this sort of conversation that we are having here. That is it's an open process, and we really, really appreciate that. Lucia, I want to thank you so much. Uh, I don't know what I can. I want to speak the Grebo. I'm not sure whether you're from there, but I just wanted to speak some kind of thing. But I even know how to. Eh?
I'm from here. I'm from Barobo. I'm from Barobo.
Okay.
I'm a
And
Grebo. Yeah, Grebo.
yeah, and I know all of these county have association. And I will reach out to the Maryland County Association. I think they have different groups here and all of that, and say, hey, and I'm going to share this video with them. I want you to watch this. This is coming from your county. This is coming from your from your side, and that is very, very, very important. Thank you so much for taking up your time. I think it's a little after 12 or almost 12 in Liberia, a little after 7 a.m.
Yes.
for me. I know you gotta get going, you gotta get a day going. So I'm not gonna hold you all here, but let's keep having the conversation. If you can, please let me know if there's anything we can do from our end here. You want to get our information out, you want to do anything, let us know. We will always make our services available and give you that opportunity to share your vision,
Okay.
actions, and what you want to do. Thank you so much, and
Thank you
have
so much.
a pleasant day.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Well, folks, that does it in this special editions of the Examiner. I'm Alfonso Ziensot of the Liberia Public Radio and LPR TV. We want to thank you so much. Usually, we are on 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, but we intend to be doing this in special editions where we can communicate with people directly. We want to thank you so much. If you are touched and moved by her, what she did, and maybe you're from nearby county, you have done this before, you are giving back, it's not yielding results. We can work with you and find people who can get something back, because we do have folks down there, and this is what we do here at LPR. Our priority is not to those who are already out there, but the ordinary Liberian who are impacting the lives of people. We feel we must give them the opportunity, also showcase what they are doing, tell their real-time life story, so that we can give them the opportunity to have this conversation. I want to thank you so much. If this is the first time, this is Liberia Public Radio. We are on one of the oldest, I can tell you, the media institutions here in the USA, but our competition is quality better than quantity. So what we produce, we don't usually say in your way what you want us to say. We say what you need to know, whether you like it or not, but we just tell you it. But we respect your views. We respect your opinions. You can follow the page. It's Liberia Public Radio. You can type that in the search engines on your social media. We are on Facebook. We have an official website, www.liberiapublicradio.com. And all of that, our team is based in Liberia. It's also it's operating. The government of Liberia is away. And so that's who we are. That's what we represent. We bring you live streamings of different things. You get a business, we advertise, and out of that, there's no way we find it out for you. We don't make your pocketbook to bleed. We understand how difficult it is. But at the same time, professional services must be paid for. On this early mornings is 7:10. I have to run myself. You know, Labrador say daybreak more open, right? Yeah, this is a second second job. But the other job is there to keep the network going. We want to thank you so much for sharing your morning with us this early time here. We are very, very excited. We are very, very much happy. I visited what she did. I'm going to reach out. I'm going to reach out to other people. I think we have good people in that country. Yeah, but the bad people all will overshadow everything. And that's something that has to be addressed. Taking her own resources for the good of the country. They're not her children in there. but just another philanthropist, another humanitarian making an intervention, taking the clothes and see what fit this child, where this child can wear, putting something in the feet of these children because she wants to make them to learn. That is remarkable. And I know for us here, we have tons of things here. You children then all grew, or we can go to places. And now we want to talk to you and we want to talk to her. If you have those feet where you have backpacks, books, pencils, and little books for children, beginners to learn how to read, I think that's someone we can deal with. We can say, hey, these are books here. You can take them to certain school of your preference. You don't have to be in uh, a school that you want. There's something that you identify, and I'm quite sure she will be willing to do that. But let us know if you need her contacts. We will get her consent, how to be reached. But she's on the social media. I saw her name, Lucia to GOFFAH. You can search it, and maybe you want her to reach your nearby county. I'm quite sure she'll be willing to reach it. But you're not going to tell her to find her own money to pay her way. No, that it doesn't work like that. You will have to take the course, let her go there and get back to you with stuff that you think you need, and we can pick it up from there. But we just want to thank her so much and for what she did and continues to do. And like we said, when she decides to take this at a different level, we here at LPR, we would definitely support that initiative. Until then, we want to thank you so much and have a pleasant date with your drivers. Drive with ease. The life you say could be your own or that of a friend. And we just pray that God take us through and touch the hearts of our leaders to be human, to have that empathy, to understand, because most of them came from this place. They learn as well. So they suffer to get where they are. They should not allow other people to go through that. That is our argument. That is our goal. And this is why we'll continue to have this sort of dialogue, whether they like it or they don't like it. We will say it, we'll discuss it, we'll point it out. We are not going to exaggerate. We'll tell them and put it into reality. Let them see, even though they're acting like as if it is not existing, when we keep reminding them. And for those of us who continue to support these bad habits, who are protecting their own alligators because it is your interest. It didn't happen yesterday, so it can't happen today. We're making these unnecessary contrast comparison. Why you didn't do it yesterday, so why you want us to do it now? That sort of vicious cycle will not build, will not help Liberia. You can support who you can support, your political leader, that's your choice. But you must have the courage that when they are doing something wrong, something that is not something that is not right, something that is not human, you must have the guts to stand up and tell them, say, yes, I support you, I believe in you, but with honesty, I disagree with this policy. This is not what I voted for. This is not what I saw to believe in you. And you can do that. But when you, every day, everything you want to say yes, sir, because of whatever reason, you are not either doing Liberia a favor. How many political parties have we now? How many presidents? Everybody will fade away, but the country called Republic of Liberia will forever be there and live on. I want to thank you ever so much this morning for sharing your morning with us. On this note, I am Afonso Zienso, bidding you farewell. Have a pleasant morning out. I will see you when I see you again. Continue to follow the page, send your suggestions, your comment, also how we can enhance quality broadcasting for the good of our country. We understand the media is polarized. We understand the media is also devalued because politicians has managed to infiltrate to the system. And this is why they are so selective where to go, because they want to have their way. Here, we don't. Whether they come, they don't come. We have our own talking point. We see what is going on in society, and we talk on those issues, making it fair and balanced. We are not judgmental. We give them the opportunity to also come and tell their side of the story. But if they don't, that is on them. We have done our part. I want to thank you so much and have a pleasant day. Bye-bye.
From the West African nation of Côte d'Ivoire, Liberia Public Radio and Television present Business Diary. This program focuses on the activities of business institutions and individuals in society.
I'm Jeremiah Sawu Senior, CEO of All Nation Bank. It has been very good to have this business established here. We are 1 year since we opened here in Anono. There have been few challenges here that have faced in this country, and that is all about the language. But here instead, I refuse to be deterred. I refuse to be discouraged. I open a business and things have been fine.
My name is Mercy Wangarilanga. I am a finance officer working for an international organization. I have a master's degree in business administration. So today I'd like to take the opportunity to talk to you about the COVID pandemic and how it has affected
government. It did not meet your core values.
I resign. Before I resign, I issue a 13-page press statement. It's on the internet. If you check, you'll find it. And then the president subsequently called me back into government because at that time, she had sent all the cabinet ministers home for 2 weeks compulsory leave. I was one of those that she called back. And I said, no, I'm not coming back into your government.